Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. So in today's video, we are going to be going over our weekly boss drops and see if we get anything this week. So far we are 0 for 12 in this series, so potentially maybe we get a drop in this week's video, but you'll have to watch the entire thing to find out. But without further ado, let's get right into the video. First things first, we start off the weekly bosses with Chaos Gloom. I don't know why I keep dying to this initial leg every single time, every week. I don't know why. Initially, right when I pop my buff, the leg always spawns and I die. And I wanted to just showcase this where I died here. When you're going through the diamonds, the mistake that I made there, and a mistake that you guys shouldn't make, is if you're in the air and you're holding blink and a diamond spawns on you, don't just continue to hold blink. Let yourself fall. And do we get a drop this week? And the answer is unfortunately not, guys. So right after Sea Gloom, we go into Vihilla. As you guys have seen from the past videos, I don't know what it is, but I continuously was griefing and dying out in Vihilla. This week it was a little bit more of a clean run. I used Impale a lot more and stayed on the ground and just really pretty much just try to stay behind Vihilla and not try to rush things too much. Right here I take a death because I get a bunch of things to spawn on top of me. Whenever you get a bunch of mobs spawning on you in Vihilla, don't try to greed your damage, just run away. And do we get a drop here for the week? Unfortunately not. So run right back into Lotus. Super simple boss, guys, usually pretty quick. Do we get any drops from Lotus? And the answer is unfortunately not, guys. After Lotus, we ended up going into Will. There's not really a bunch of tips that I can give you for Will besides when you're in P2. P1 is pretty simple. Just try not to get hit by tornado. But in P2, the thing that's the easiest or most effective thing to learn is understanding that you just have to jump to the opposite side of where it's attacking in P2. And this is something that's really hard when you're running in a party because it's hard to see which person it's aggro to. But when you're solo, this is a much easier thing to pick up on. And for Will, do we get a book? Unfortunately, we do not from Will. So we move into Damien. Damien, again, pretty straightforward boss. Damien's probably the easiest out of all the weeklies. It's pretty much just like a DPS dummy and a damage check. There's not really a bunch of mechanics that go into this boss or things to learn. And for Damien, do we get an eye patch? The answer is unfortunately we do not. All right, so to finish off the weekly bosses, we go into Darknell, and Darknell is definitely the hardest of all the weekly bosses, but it's definitely not as hard as some people make it be. My biggest tip in Darknell is trying to not greed damage. Also understanding that when it goes into animation, it's going to spawn either 2 or 3 e-bosses, and pretty much when it does its animation, you just have to jump out of the way, teleport out of the way, or just straight up move when it spawns these e-bosses. Also, when it flies up in the air and crashes down, you can jump in the air and hover, use blink or whatever it may be, and you will avoid its attack. The other thing that's like super deadly, I guess, in Darknell to watch out for is the arrow. And again, that's just something that you can avoid by not greeding damage too much and try not to be in animation when it shoots across the screen. But just take it slow and be patient with the boss and react to what the boss is doing, and try not to assume what the boss is doing. That is my best advice I can give you for Darknell. But anyways, do we get a drop from Darknell? Unfortunately, we do not. So that ends the week off with 0 for 6. We are 0 for 18 in total for this weekly boss series. Hopefully next week we do get a little bit luckier and potentially, get all 6 pitch boss items. That would be ideal, right? But until then, I will see you guys in the next video. Hope you have a great rest of your day. Peace.